Hi everyone, this is Clarissa and welcome to my discussion on the ethical use of the internet and understanding hacking. We all know that internet nowadays has become a powerful part of our daily lives. We use it for communication, learning, business, and of course, entertainment. However, as the famous line says, with great power comes great responsibility. We must always use technology wisely and of course, ethically. And in this discussion, I'll share the do's and don'ts of using the internet based on the 10 commandments of computer ethics and explain what hacking is, including examples and simple ways to protect ourselves online. First, thou shalt not use a computer to harm other people. Avoid using the internet to bully, insult, or spread false information about others, because online harm has real life effects. And never use technology to cause emotional, social, or even physical harm to others. And these example includes cyberbullying, spreading rumors, or hacking someone's account are all forms of harm. And using the internet to hurt others is unethical, and it violates the digital citizenship. It can also be punished, don't worry, it can also be punished under the Cybercrime Prevention Act or the RA 10175. And the simple rule here is you use your words and post to uplift, not to harm and not to destroy. And the second commandment is thou shalt not interfere with other people's computer work. Respect other people's digital spaces. Never delete, modify, interrupt someone's online tasks or files. Meaning, don't interrupt or damage someone's online work or system. For example, like sending viruses, deleting other person's profiles or files, or sabotaging their projects. Because these actions or such actions waste others' time and effort. It shows disrespect for other people's property and digital right. And the simple rule here is to let others work freely. Their data is their responsibility, not yours. Mind your own business. The third commandment is thou shalt not snoop around in other people's computer files. Meaning, respect the privacy of others by not opening or accessing their files, messages, or accounts without permission. Example, reading a classmate's private messages or trying to guess someone's password. No. Why? Because this violates personal privacy and can lead to trust issues like breaking your friendship or your relationship. And of course, there are legal consequences. This is under RA 1015 or the cyber offenses. And then the simple rule here is what's not yours, do not open, because both online and offline, that is not yours will never be yours. So stop invading someone's privacy. Fourth commandment is thou shalt not use a computer to steal. Meaning, never use technology for theft, whether it's money, files, or identity, like hacking bank accounts, stealing game credits, or pirating paid software. Because stealing online is still stealing. Digital theft harms companies and individuals and is punishable by law. And of course, the simple rule is always earn or pay for what you use. Honesty will always be the best policy, and honesty applies online too. Now, the fifth commandment is thou shalt not use a computer to bear false witness. Meaning, do not spread false information or fake news online, like sharing rumors about someone, editing pictures to deceive others, and also deep fakes, like you're using someone's face and then you're making it into a video, especially nude videos, and spread it in your stories or in your social media. And misinformation can destroy reputations, of course, and can cause panic. Responsible users verify. We, as responsible users, must verify first before sharing. And the simple rule here is think before you click. Truth first, post later. The sixth commandment is thou shalt not copy or use proprietary software for which you have not paid. Meaning do not use pirated software, videos, apps, or video without paying or acknowledging the creator. Like example, downloading cracked versions of Microsoft Office, and of course buying DVDs, pirated DVD CDs, like when they record it on the cinema, and then they're going to record it and then distribute or produce some pirated CDs, and also paid games for free. And piracy disrespects the creator's effort and violates, of course, the intellectual law or the intellectual property law, or RA 8293. And the simple rule here is support developers, buy or use free and legal alternatives. Number 7 is thou shalt not use other people's computer resources without authorization or proper compensation. Meaning always ask for permission before using someone's network, device, or data. Example of these is using another person's Wi-Fi without consent. Like you're going to scan through the QR code. That's very rampant nowadays. And then borrowing their USB and deleting files without their consent. And this is a digital trespassing. Using others' resources without consent is unfair and of course unethical. Of course, the rule here is to always ask first and respect others' property. They're not yours. The commandment number 8 is thou shalt not appropriate other people's intellectual output. Meaning don't claim someone else's work, design, idea, or code as your own. And trying to steal their innovations or their ideas. Example of this is copy pasting someone's essay, especially we often or we tend to use AIs, and then art or video without credit. And this is plagiarism, is a form of intellectual theft. It can lead to academic or legal consequences. There are always laws about it. And the simple rule here is to give credit where you get it, give credit where it's due, and cite your sources. It's the very best. It's the best and safest way to use other people's output. You need to give credit. Let's go to commandment number 9. Thou shalt think about the consequences or the social consequences of the program you are designing. Meaning, when creating or sharing digital content or app, think about how it affects others. And for example of it is designing an app that spreads information. Don't design an app that spreads misinformation, but instead spread accurate and reliable information. And because every software or post we make influences people, and ethical programmers and users aim to improve lives, not harm them. Okay, and the simple rule here is to build technology that helps. If you're planning to create one, build technology that helps, and of course not hurts or destroys someone. Now let's go to the last commandment. Thou shalt always use a computer in ways that ensure consideration and respect for your fellow humans, of course. Meaning, always be kind, respectful, and responsible in every possible way or when interacting online. And for example of this is avoid sending rude comments. When you try to send comments on social media, you try to bash people, don't do it. Sharing personal information of others, like very confidential, don't do it. And or judging other people publicly, you're humiliating them, you're trying to damage their reputation, of course you're damaging their mental health. And the simple rule here is, of course, be the kindest human ever as you can be. Be the kind of netizen you'd like others to be. That's it. Very simple. If you don't want others to treat you like you don't want to treat yourself, then don't do it.
Huh?
Okay, to conclude the 10 commandments of computer ethics, it reminds us that online behavior affects or reflects our real world values. And the 10 commandments encourage encourages honesty, respect, fairness, and responsibility. Qualities that make us ethical online or digital citizens. Now let's proceed to understanding hacking and how to prevent it. Okay, first let's define hacking. Hacking means accessing or controlling a computer system without permission. It can lead to data theft, identity fraud, or financial loss. But here's the thing, there are two types of hacking. First is ethical hacking. It is done legally to test and strengthen cybersecurity. Second is malicious hacking. It is the opposite one. It is done to steal, damage, or spy data.